Good evening, students. We have already discussed about various ferrous and non-ferrous metals and their alloys. In today's video, we will discuss about alloy steel. One type of alloy, that is plain carbon steel, is already discussed. So plain carbon steel is the alloy of iron where only iron and carbon exists. Now in other alloy steels, alloying element other than carbon are silicon, manganese, sulfur, phosphorus and many other, tungsten, chromium. So these alloying elements present in varying percentage. Few alloy steels which are called structural steel. So these steels are called structural steels, are classified as low alloy steel, medium alloy steel and high alloy steel. So low alloy steel. In low alloy steel, the percentage of alloying elements is up to 5%. So in medium alloy steel, this percentage is 5 to 10%. If it is lower than 5% or up to 5%, alloy steel is known as low alloy steel. But if the alloying element percentage is more than 5% but less than or equal to 10%, then this steel is medium alloy steel. And in high alloy steel, this percentage of alloying elements is more than 10%. So, what is the various applications? Why they are categorized? These alloy steels are known as tool steels because these alloy steels are structural steels. They are used in various forms of structures. Another alloy steel which is known as tool steel, because it has special application in manufacturing of cutting tools. Because it is used to manufacture cutting tools, this steel is known as tool steel. So these tool steels are again of two types. One is low alloy tool steel and other one is high alloy tool steel. Structural steel was divided into three types: low alloy steel, medium alloy steel, high alloy steel. Similarly, tool steel is divided into two types. So low alloy steel contains silicon, chromium, manganese and tungsten and are capable of retaining a high degree of hardness up to a temperature of 250 degrees centigrade. This is known as hot hardness. Some alloys are hard at room temperature, but they lose their hardness when the temperature rises. The alloy which retain the temperature at high temperature is known as hot hardness. So next one is high alloy tool steel. These mainly contain higher proportion of carbide forming elements like tungsten, chromium, vanadium, and the presence of these carbides makes these alloys capable of retaining high degree of hardness at elevated temperature up to 620 degrees centigrade. Low alloy tool steel retain the hardness up to 250 degrees centigrade, but here it is up to 620 degrees centigrade. This steel respond very well to various heat treatments. and obtained excellent wear resistance, high abrasion resistance, and high red hardness. High speed steel HSS is one of this type of steel which is most commonly used in manufacture of cutting tools. The main alloying constituents of HSS are carbon, tungsten, chromium, vanadium. Next is special alloy steels. One type of this steel is stainless steel, which is very familiar for its utensils. They are known as corrosion resistant steels. That is why it is stainless. Their principal alloying element is chromium, while some other element like nickel, manganese can also be present in small amount. When 11.5% or more chromium present, a fine film of chromium oxide forms spontaneously on the surface. These films act as a barrier or to retard further oxidation, rust or corrosion. So, in stainless steel, the percentage of chromium is at least 11.5% or more to retard the oxidation or corrosion. So, these are different types of alloy steels and their application. So, one is structural steel, another one is tool steel, and the third category is stainless steel, which has separate field of application. And we came to know that these steels are framed by adding some alloying elements. Now we will discuss the effects of these alloying elements. So first one is chromium. It joins with carbon to form chromium carbide. So this is carbide forming element. Thus it improves hardenability, resistance to abrasion and wear. Below 1.5% addition increase tensile strength. If its percentage is below 1.5, it is not corrosion resistance, but its ability is to increase tensile strength. And 12% addition imparts high corrosion resistance. Manganese, if percentage of manganese lies from 1 to 1.5, it increases strength and toughness. Higher proportion up to 5% impart hardness accompanied by brittleness, and still higher proportion between 11 to 14% provide very high degree of hardness but lowers both ductility and weldability. So if hardness is the prime requirement, then we can add 11 to 14% of manganese. Next is nickel. It improves toughness, tensile strength, ductility and corrosion resistance. It also lowers the critical temperature of steel and widens the range of successful heat treatment. Vanadium. It improves tensile strength, elastic limit, ductility, shock resistance and promotes fine grains in steel. Molybdenum, its addition increase wear resistance, thermal resistance, hardness, ability to retain mechanical properties at elevated temperature and helps to inhibit temper brittleness. When added with nickel, it also improves corrosion resistance. So these are the important alloying elements which are commonly added to tool steel or special alloy steel. So by now we have discussed various ferrous material and their alloys and application of these materials. So in the next video we will discuss about the iron carbon diagram.